Hello, fellows. I want to talk about seniority again. So when you become senior, when you become a principal, maybe, let's say an engineering manager or CTO, I'm talking often with those people starting their journey to become something higher than they were before in terms of role and responsibility. And there is often this problem that people still thinking that they need to do operational stuff still themselves, like programming or coding. So I have that quite often, right? Engineers getting into their first role of becoming a principal engineer and still try to solve a complicated programming puzzles all by themselves, spending hours into that. Having CTOs who are actually business CTOs who try to learn in no time, like all the technical nitty-gritties like Kubernetes, Docker, programming languages or something like this. All those things are of lesser importance than you might think, because it is not your job to impress people with being a very good TypeScript engineer in a TypeScript company when you are the CTO or the engineering manager or the principal. This is not primarily what you need to do. What you need to do instead is to find ways to make sure things becoming more simplified, that they are usable by people with way lower skill sets than you actually have. This is what I call the average developer approach. The average developer approach is about simplifying things, making things more performant, making things more accessible for others, and let's say easier to use, make them more attractive in terms of business. So think of your users. That is actually where you, as the principal engineer, maybe the senior engineer, is better suited. So you spend more time in improving code instead of really writing new features. And in a company where you have a lot of technical things to do and a lot of challenges, right? You need to have some people who have the higher view from above, taking a look at what is worth doing long term, what do we need to improve to implement things next time in half amount of the time we use this time, those kind of things. Don't duplicate code problems or big ball of muds into the future, optimize them. This is what often, especially engineers who are in the trenches, working on tickets, are stressed by superiors, by clients, try to get things done somehow in the week. This is when you really don't take a look at the overall quality, refactorings and optimizations and simplification, all those kind of things. It is not about the quality there. And the more you go into direction of becoming a senior role, a real senior role, not just a good coder, right? A senior coder. I really mean a role of responsibility and seniority. And then you should take your time and have the time to optimize those things in order that you, as a senior engineer, you enable others, like the other 5 people in your team, to work more efficient. That is extremely important. Efficiency is key. And efficiency is directly connected and related to simplicity. And simplicity is something you need to constantly work on. And the seniors, the principals, the CTOs, those people need to make sure that simplicity is a quality we are aiming for. How can we improve things? By making them more simple and accessible. So this is, in my opinion, what you should focus on instead of trying to become the next elite programmer, coder, or something like that. This is not your job. Let the programming being done by the average intermediate developers. They already can do that. You help them just to improve their stuff and make sure they all can grow into seniors on some day as well, if they like to. So I hope that helped a little bit. I wish you a great day. Have a nice evening and see you next time. Goodbye, everyone.